Hey, what's up guys, BriarRabbit here, and I realize it's a little late in the game to be doing a lag comp video, and I also realized that I already did one. I did one 3 or 4 months ago, but I was still having an issue with lag compensation. So what I did is I went out on the internet and I found every bit of information that I could find, and I tried everything. I was still getting shot around corners. I was still, getting lagged out of gunfights, right? As I'd get into a lobby where there was just no hope. It was unbelievably bad, so I decided, hey, I'm going to try and fix this as best I can. Now, you can only do so much, right, because your connection is, fixable on your side, hopefully, but the host connection, there's nothing you can do to fix that. That's on his side. But what I did is I found about 8 things that I could do to really improve my network and get the game a little bit more playable for me. And actually, a couple of them made a pretty big difference for me. So I'm gonna start with number 1, and this is one that I think everybody knows, but I feel I should list it in the video just because I want to make the most comprehensive list I can, and that is to set the network preferences to best. I think everybody's done this, but if you haven't, if you go into the playlists after you select like public or private match, you hit the X button down at the bottom of the screen, you see there's select network preferences, and you can just set that to best. What that does is it'll take a little longer to search for games, but it will find the best connection available for you. Everybody's already knows that one. Alright, so the next one is, this one I only found out about a couple months ago, but it did work pretty well for me actually. So what you do in this one is, before you start playing Black Ops, you go into your Xbox system settings, go into network settings, select your network, and then test your connection, right? What that does is it disconnects your Xbox from Xbox Live. It also disconnects from your router, and it just totally reboots it. And what this allows your Xbox to do is kind of reestablish a connection with your router. And for me, this helped a little bit. It seems to get rid of that kind of network buffer that's in the router or in the Xbox. I'm not sure which one it is, but it does work. It works for me, and it provided me slightly better connections overall. The third one is set up your router, right? So your router is the device that's between your modem and your Xbox. It's probably wireless. Most people have a ton of devices on this, but here's the thing. If you go to portforwarding.com, there'll be a link in the description of this video. It will give you detailed instructions on how to set up your router to get the absolute best best performance you can for your Xbox. This made a huge difference for me. So I set up port forwarding. Now I have a Apple router, right? It's I think it's an Airport Extreme, and I did this on that, and I did this on my previous router too, which was a Netgear. No, I'm sorry, it was a Linksys router, and it worked great on both of them. I mean, it made a big difference on both of these. Whoa! So I actually have 2 Xboxes. One is wired and one is wireless, and it made a big difference for both of them. So that's huge. Go to portforwarding.com or portforward.com. Find your router on their list and follow their instructions. Their instructions are very easy to follow. You don't have to be a network engineer to follow them. It's a very useful thing to do. All right, so number 4 is turn off any devices on your network. iPhones, Kindles, iPads, other computers. Turn it all off. And I'm not saying just like turn it, so that it's in hibernate mode. I'm saying turn it off, because a lot of these devices now, they will start accessing the network while they seem to be off. So you gotta actually hard turn them off. Now in my house, I got 3 Kindles, 2 iPads, 3 iPhones, 1 Android device, 2 computers, 3 computers. So I mean, there's just a ton of network traffic, right? And so if you're playing Black Ops, you got all this stuff trying to hit the network. That's your traffic is gonna have to wait every once in a while for some other device that is doing something that's probably not that important, right? So definitely turn off any other devices that you can. Now, the next tip is kind of along those lines. Use a Cat 5 cable if you can. Do not use wireless, if at all possible. Now, in my case, that was possible for one of my Xboxes, but not the other. And unfortunately, the Xbox that it was possible for is not the one I record gameplays on, which is unfortunate. I get much better network connections on the Xbox that is using a Cat 5 cable. It's ridiculous how much better it is. Now, Wi-Fi, you got all sorts of problems with Wi-Fi. You got interference, you got multiple devices sharing the same bandwidth. There's all sorts of problems with Wi-Fi. If you can use a Cat 5 cable, it is better. Now, it's not possible for everybody. For me, it's just not possible for my upstairs office. You know, I'd have to fish a wire through the wall, and that's just not going to happen. So, you know, if you can, use a Cat 5 cable. The next one is, if you can't use a Wi-Fi cable, do you have Wi-Fi interference? Most routers will allow you to change the channel the Wi-Fi is broadcast on, and if you have, you know, maybe you got neighbors, maybe you live in an apartment building, maybe you got close houses next to you. In my neighborhood, we got about 6 other Wi-Fi networks that I can see when I, you know, look for my Wi-Fi router network. And if they're all broadcasting on the same channel, getting your router off of that channel and onto another channel may help you tremendously. This one does help me. My router, it was set to automatically, you know, switch channels based on traffic, but I ended up kind of seeing that most of the other routers were all broadcasting on these middle channels, so I select either ends, like 1 or 15, I think it is, and I'm getting much better Wi-Fi after that, so I actually manually set mine. All right, number 7 is, where is your Wi-Fi router, right? So again, we're using Wi-Fi. Is this thing near a microwave? Do you have a cordless phone in your house? These things are causing massive interferences. Is your Wi-Fi kind of in a cabinet next to a TV? These things truly are causing massive interference, and you really gotta avoid that stuff. If you have a Wi-Fi router, you gotta get it out. You gotta get it up in the air as high as you can. You know, try and move it away from microwaves. Try and move it away from cordless phones, away from TVs, away from anything that's sucking down electricity, because all that stuff is emitting RF interference. So that's a big tip. For me, somebody gets on the cordless phone, like the landline cordless phone in the house, done. No Wi-Fi. I can't play Black Ops at all. I can actually tell when somebody picks up the phone and starts making a call. All right, so number 8. All right, now so those top 7, those are the big ones, right? Number 8 is a little different, and I can't confirm or deny this one at all. But a lot of people believe that using a wired controller, now that's right, a wired controller actually improves the response time. So instead of using a wireless Xbox controller, you use a wired controller, and that actually improves the similar to using Cat 5 cable, right? Is that you don't have to deal with any interference. There's an extra step that's taken out, is using that RF to connect your controller to your Xbox. That just those couple of milliseconds takes that time out. So that's all I got, right? It's a lot of tips, and there's going to be more information if you check in the in the description of the video, especially portforward.com. That's a big tip. So thanks for watching. If you guys like that video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos like that, hit subscribe. And up on the screen right now are a couple videos you might have missed. On the left-hand side is my Best Weapon Shootout playlist. I think there's 8 up now. There's a 9th coming out this weekend. And on the right-hand side is the BioShock Infinite playlist. This is just a standard playlist, gameplay, let's play, running through the game, and it's been really fun so far. So check it out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.